Attorney General Blanche, this was an eye-opener this week. 35-year-old Jessica Bowie, a little girl waving a flag to a potential terrorist. What can you tell us that we don't know?
Well, what I think is important is this is a good reminder to Americans how we have to remain vigilant. The Department of Justice, federal law enforcement did a fantastic job disrupting what could have been a horrible tragedy and another act of terrorism on American soil. But at the end of the day, it's again a stark reminder that after all these years, there are still many out there and some in this country that seek to destroy it and destroy who we are. And so I'm proud of federal law enforcement, the Department of Justice for disrupting this plot, but it was good work, and we're going to keep on going at it.
And FBI Director Kash Patel says last year alone there were 640 planned terror attacks that were averted thanks to the FBI and the DOJ. Is this kind of radicalization common in those attacks?
Well, it is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's common. That's not. This is still a situation where, since 9/11 and even before, the FBI, the Department of Justice, is completely focused on keeping the homeland safe. And so, what we're doing every single day to disrupt some you hear about, some you don't, but to disrupt any terrorist attack on U.S. soil or on our troops overseas is one of our most important, if not the most important mission at the Department of Justice.
Attorney General Blanche, you had a big win yesterday on the ballroom. Chief Justice John Roberts issued a temporary stay to allow this work to proceed. Your thoughts?
We are extraordinarily appreciative of the Chief Justice, and we have been saying all along, since day one, that this is something the President has complete authority to do as the Commander-in-Chief and the Chief Executive of this country. There has been a need for a ballroom and a safe space and a military installation for decades on the White House grounds, and President Trump has delivered on that. And so we're gonna continue to let the process move forward through the courts, but we're appreciative that we got the stay yesterday, and we're going to keep on building. And as President Trump says repeatedly, we are under budget and ahead of schedule. And I was out there last week with President Trump, and it's a beautiful piece of construction that's going to be great for generations and presidents to come.
You also reached a settlement with TikTok. There was a complaint filed in 2024, and you're convinced that this settlement will now protect children on that platform. What has TikTok agreed to do?
Well, since that lawsuit was filed, as folks know, TikTok has undergone a meaningful change in ownership, leadership, management, and their practices. And so this lawsuit and the settlement of it takes into account the changes the company has made since the lawsuit was filed, which is exactly what we should be doing, and also make sure that it's a stark reminder and a real important note to anybody out there that we are going to protect children, and the internet is got to be a safe place for children. And if companies and entities are not doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that happens, we're going to come after them. So I'm happy about the settlement. I think it was the fair, just, and right result for everybody involved. But remember, TikTok today is not the TikTok that existed several years ago. It's a much different company, and President Trump has talked about that. The Department of Justice recognizes that, and that's why we agreed to reach a fair settlement. But it's a big number. It's a lot of money that they agreed to pay to kind of address what happened in the past and make sure it doesn't happen in the future.
You also were in Iowa this week. What was your message in Iowa? I know you addressed voter rolls and also cost of living.
That's exactly what it was. And look, the leadership in Iowa is phenomenal. Chairman Grassley has done a great job in the Senate. Senator Ernst done a great job in the Senate. And then you have great leadership. I spent the day with the Attorney General, and Attorney General Byrd every day is fighting for Iowans. And so I went out there to just address and see firsthand what Iowans are facing when it comes to the challenges with anti-competition in the beef industry, in the fertilizer industry, and to let them know that we're going to keep on fighting for them. I saw the U.S. Attorney. I met with federal law enforcement, and there's a lot of great things happening in that great state, and we want to make sure that the ranchers and the farmers and the Iowan citizens know that we're going to keep on fighting for them.
Final question, and I just have a few moments here, but there was an illegal immigrant who murdered a woman in Great Falls. This individual entered during the Biden administration, and there are fears that the sanctuary laws could protect him in that state. What are you doing to stop that?
Well, we're fighting every day, and that's exactly right. There was an illegal immigrant who killed somebody, let in, let out during the Biden administration, and Democrats stand up and say that tough luck, that's what we're supposed to be, that's just like the cost of doing business. It is not. And so the Department of Justice, President Trump, DHS, we're fighting every single day to push back on sanctuary cities. And this is why. This is why. Because individuals like him should not have ever been in this country, much less been out walking the streets and allegedly has been charged committing a murder. So we'll keep on fighting.
Attorney General Todd Blanche, thank you so much for your time.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.